Ladies and gentlemen, after 27 hours of racing and about 175-ish miles, we're at exchange number 31, looking for the perfect exchange. The prior 30 exchanges have been a bit ragged, to be honest, and the team is wondering if all these years of practice have been worth it. So let's go to the live action now and see if the team is able to execute the perfect slap bracelet exchange.
Yep. Here you go, Olivia.
Okay, Olivia, one minute. You were born for this, Olivia. You've trained your whole life for this. It's all come down to this. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Finish. A new rug. 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 Oh, look at him go. Look at him stride. He's going to knock her over.
There it is. There it is. Is this the perfect exchange? On a rug, let's back up another frame. On a rug is getting the slap, it's onto the wrist, the release is perfect. But wait. Olivia is facing this way. And she's going to have to run that way. It's a rookie mistake, folks. Have you ever seen a relay runner start by facing in the wrong direction? Now here's the problem for you who aren't familiar with the sport. Olivia is going to have to run out and around. Olivia, there's the slappy here, is going to have to run out and around the slapper. Now, to have done this correctly, Olivia should have been facing the other way with her right hand extended, and Anorak, who executed a perfect slap, and we can't really fault Anorak for slapping for this exchange at all. The slap was perfect, but Olivia should have been facing the other way, and with her right arm extended, and Anorak would have come on her other side. So let's see what happens here. I don't know if she's going to be able to recover from this. Milliseconds have been lost, and in a race like this, she turns, plants her foot, running out around, and we've lost milliseconds here. We could put a timer on this, but I'm not sure. There's also the danger of getting run down by this truck coming, which we understand may have been part of the Caltech team. But enough about that. Let's continue on here and see how this is going. Now, exchange 32, perhaps. This time, Olivia will be the slappee. And let's see what happens here. It's looking good. And, oh no, let's back that up. Let's back that up. It was looking good on the side from the start. The stick is maybe a little high. But Kristen's also kind of new to this. She doesn't have more than a dozen or so, 10, I don't know, just a few slap practices under her belt over the years. And she's got the wrong arm extended here. So, or alternatively, if we want to blame Olivia for this, Olivia could have done the slap with her left hand. But and this should have been worked out well ahead of time. Here's the slap here. It's hard to see. It doesn't look bad, but oh, wait a minute. Look at that. It's a double slap. We've seen a double slap. Oh my goodness. This is unpardonable. And because she's come on the wrong side, there was a near collision there. This folks, this could have been disaster. And we're gonna have to go on to the next one, exchange 33, to see if the team can recover. Now Kristen is coming in here. What? Let's stop here. She's having a little trouble getting the bracelet off, I think. Now she doesn't know she's a little bit uncertain of which hand she's going to do the slap with. Is she going to slap left, slap right? We don't know. The crowd has gone quiet. We don't know what to expect. She's going to slap with the right hand. And onto Zach's right hand. It looks like a good slap. Kind of a slow start by Zach. Well, that's everything seemed to happen okay there, but it just wasn't. It just didn't feel perfect, But Zach is looking good going out there. All right, still looking for the perfect slap, and here's Zach coming up. That hill was a killer coming up that hill. I got to say that hill at the end on a really difficult run. What was a lot to ask for near the end of a race. Well, I told him to smile. I don't know if you heard that. Smiling is a great relaxation technique. Never fails. And here he's approaching Raf. This looks like a good setup for a very difficult situation here. We've got a right angle exchange coming up, which means that for the non-scientists among you, that Zach is approaching at a 90-degree angle to Raf's arm, and that looks like a pretty good start. It looked like a pretty good start, and I'm a little concerned here, though, that the official might have a complaint, as it seems the team is well outside of the. Let's zoom in here. Here's the 34 exchange box, but he's applauding, so I guess there was no problem with that. No problem. And he's out on his way. Now we're approaching the end of the last exchange number 35. This is our last chance to execute the perfect slap bracelet exchange. It's been a hard run for Raf, and he's done a great job. It looks like he's removed the bracelet early. Is this a mistake? Has he taken the bracelet off too early before rounding the final corner? We got to back up here and see the crowd is going wild. And look at this. Look at this. We've got Jackson in the one knee down extended arm position here. And slap bracelet exchange coaches debate endlessly about whether this is the best position and whether that the same arm and knee should be forward or opposite arm, opposite knee. I think legitimate biomechanical exercises can be made in both ways. But since we're all engineers, we're going to measure the angle of his arm relative to vertical. Look, this is pretty good. This is 45. Who can argue with 45 degrees? And while we're here with the right tool, let's measure this angle here, and 76 degrees. Again, that's perfect. Who's going to argue with that? All right. So Jackson is set up. He's perfect. Now, a key part for this is actually kind of a dangerous transition here. If many coaches would want to see this arm parallel to the surface, parallel to the ground here. The reason being that this is actually a pretty dangerous weapon, this slap bracelet. If it's going to come down at the wrong angle, it will chop off his arm or chop off his hand right at the wrist, and nobody wants to see that happen. But we think we've solved this. We've solved this engineering problem by applying water to the blade. We're going to cool it. The blade is going to come down, and we'll apply a little water to Raf as well because he's hot. And we're going to. So we've cooled the blade. The arm is still extended at that magical angle. Here comes the blade. Here comes the transfer. We don't quite see it, but here's the arm. The hand is still attached to the arm. He's coming out of the chute, and there it is. The perfect exchange. Note the time, ladies and gentlemen. May 21st, 2022, 2:23 and 40 seconds in the afternoon. That is when the perfect exchange happened. And someday your grandchildren will ask you, where were you when that happened?
What a run! 6 minutes to 9.
We have to ask, what a run. What a run. What an exchange.
Easy, huh?
Oh my God.